I want you guys specifically to know this from me. We shot Furious 7 in Atlanta. At the end of the movie, when Vin Diesel was in one car and Paul was in the other car, driving down the road, Paul went one way and Vin went the other way. That's actually what happened for me in Atlanta. We were on our way for Thanksgiving break, and we were literally driving on one of those kind of side roads right off the freeway, and I would lean up, crack a couple jokes. When we kept driving, when I seen the way the movie ended, it was like, wow, that was kind of crazy because that's actually what happened. This is literally where I got my personal last hug from my brother and woke up to the news of this unexpected tragedy.
Sharp French, what up? This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put it in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time, I confirmed it. A whole society determined society.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Determined Society. I am your host, Sean French. I have an amazing treat for you today, as always. But first, hit the follow button on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple, and get ready for this Fast and Furious episode. We're going to be highlighting FuelFest with amazing guests Tyrese Gibson and Cody Walker. What's up, boys?
Yo, what up, Sean?
Hey, man, it's good to see you guys.
Man, good to see you, bro.
Good to be here, man.
It looks like
Jack,
you haven't missed a day in the gym over there, man.
Bro, I'm getting back into it, man. Like I'm trying. I see some vascularity coming out.
Say, man, the veins is popping, man. You got something going on over there.
Bro, coming from you, like I'm gonna hold on to that and I'm gonna take that to heart.
I see yours because I don't see mine.
Well, you have a shirt on. You have one of them old school Adidas tracksuits on. Yeah. So I'm sure it's there, bro.
I'm covering up everything.
I'm coming to market with mine. So, guys, listen, super excited to meet you guys. Obviously super excited to talk about FuelFest and what it means, at a deeper rooted level and what it's providing the car culture and just even giving back to your lives as well and carrying on, Cody, your brother Paul's legacy is something that he would be proud of, that people can go and really dive into the culture and go fast safely and really have somewhere to go to celebrate the 20 years of fast, really. I mean, think about that. I mean, it's been 2 decades, and there's people that have grown up on that Fast and Furious, legacy. So this is more than just a car show. This is a lot more.
Hey, man. Either you read our bio or you've listened to like 5 of our interviews. Like, we don't really have.
I am really good, Tyrese. I do my research,
man.
Bro.
You covered all of the bullet notes. I don't really know what's left. I mean, we could talk about the weather in Atlanta at this point.
Yeah, the weather in Atlanta is bipolar. We don't want to do that, man. We never know what it's gonna be about. Right. But you guys just wrapped up West Palm Beach, right?
So we did our first year proudly in Tampa, and we probably did about 10 to 12,000, which is like insane. Like, there's no one in music that could go into a market for the first time and say, "Hi, this is an event called FuelFest. Would you guys be willing to show up?" I mean, 10 to 12,000 people showed up in Tampa. That was our first year. And that was one weekend. And then the following weekend, we went back to West Palm Beach and did probably 23,000. The crowd just keeps getting bigger and bigger and crazier. So this year is going to be our 2nd annual FuelFest in Atlanta, where proudly I've been living here for the last 8 years. And, when we talk about Paul Walker, our brother that we love, we try to talk about him. And then, because me and Cody, it's real for us. So if we talk about Paul too much, we'll get sad. But I want you guys specifically to know this from me. We shot Furious 7 in Atlanta. And at the end of the movie Furious 7, when Vin Diesel was in one car and Paul was in the other car, and they were driving down the road, said their final goodbye, and then Paul went one way and Vin went the other way, that's actually what happened for me in Atlanta. So Paul's best friend is a guy named Roland that me and Cody know really well. He was driving. Paul was in the front seat with his feet up on the dash. We were literally driving on one of those kind of side roads right off the freeway. And we must have been on this road, and we drove through about 12 lights before we got on the freeway after we left the set. And other than my hugs and all my love, because we were on our way for Thanksgiving break, that was the last time I seen Paul. It was like 6 a.m. in the morning. We did a full night shoot. We were on this road right off the freeway, and we kept stopping at every third light. And I would really lean up, crack a couple jokes when we kept driving. Another light, lean up, crack a couple jokes. And so, when I seen the way the movie ended, it was like, wow, that was kind of crazy, because that's actually what happened. And then, and this happened in Atlanta. So the fact that we are finally doing FuelFest in the city of Atlanta, it has a very, very big significance for me, Cody, and everybody involved, because this is literally where I got my personal last hug from my brother. And this is where we were shooting Furious 7 before we all went home for Thanksgiving break. And kind of woke up to the news of this unexpected tragedy. So when everyone showed up last year for the first annual Fuel Fest in Atlanta, I was very happy. It's a big venue, but I was very happy with the turnout. We all believe that this year is going to be even crazier. But I just want the people that are coming out here to Atlanta, traveling from Tennessee, Savannah, and all of the different parts of Georgia, putting their cars on flatbeds. Like, the numbers are already getting crazy as far as people, booking their tickets on FuelFest.com. But I want everyone to know that as Paul's brother, one of many brothers, but as Paul's brother, Roman, I got my last hug in Atlanta. And I seen Paul for the last time in Atlanta. And having FuelFest here for me personally and us personally is a very, very big deal. So we cannot wait to see you guys out here. And, again, we don't like to talk about Paul too much because it gets a little emotional. But listen, the other thing that's been really, really incredible is that we've already raised $600,000 for Paul Walker's charity called Reach Out Worldwide.
Yeah.
And for those of y'all who don't know, Paul founded this charitable organization.
It was after the earthquake in Haiti, right?
That's right.
Whenever there's an earthquake, a hurricane, any natural disaster that a lot of people domestically and internationally are heavily affected, Paul was paying out of his pocket, flying in, physically helping with any and everything he can to help people in the middle of these crises. We have raised $600,000 since we've been doing these Fuel Fest events. So partying with a purpose, embracing the car culture, the gearheads, and just realizing that after 20 years of doing the Fast and the Furious, the fans have literally had nowhere to go. And now we're giving them a place to go. It's called Fuel Fest. So anyway, I've done all the talking. Cody?
If I could really quickly, Cody, please, real quick. I just want to edify you for that, Tyrese. Thank you for sharing that. It's, obviously, not knowing Paul personally, but it was as real as it could be for someone like me who was just a big fan, and just knew what kind of person he was. So to hear you share something personal like that, I don't want to continue the interview without saying thank you for that.
Hey man, my pleasure. Like I said, it's a very sensitive thing for us, and it doesn't matter how much time goes by. I know a lot of people that shouldn't be here. They just wake up every day with bad intentions, but the nicest, most genuine, beautiful soul, period. And, I don't ever question God, but that was probably one of the first times I ever questioned, like, why him, why this, why that? But we're here now. So again, coming to Atlanta for this FuelFest event, I felt like I really had a responsibility to all of the fans and people and supporters and people that have never attended a FuelFest event in their life to have that story and that context in their head as they attend this event. And I think the turnout is going to be pretty special. And just know that when you get there, you're going to be making a big difference. And we're going to keep Reach Out Worldwide legacy alive.
Yeah. And so Cody, from your perspective, being blood brother, right? And being able to continue his legacy and doing FuelFest and taking proceeds and putting it into Reach Out Worldwide. What has that meant to you in doing all of this?
Well, for me and for so many of us, we see Reach Out Worldwide as a part of Paul that's still here. It's a piece of him. It's part of his legacy, as has been said. I'm the youngest in the family. There's 2 siblings in between Paul and myself. I'm 15 years younger than Paul. Same parents. I was the accident or the blessing, or however you want to look at that. Um, my parents went through a divorce when I was in middle school, so that was really difficult. Paul was a lot more than just a big brother to me. He was another father figure. I love my dad. My dad's wonderful, but because of that age gap, Paul was almost another father figure for me. He took me with him. Traveled with Paul all over the place. He'd pull me out of school all the time. My parents would get super mad, and his response was always, he's learning everything he needs to learn with me, Mom, Dad.
He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong.
I was like his first kid in that way, really. So, the whole catalyst for creating FuelFest from the very beginning was, I had gotten involved with Reach Out Worldwide, trying to fundraise, get the word out, as was Tyrese, as was Vin, as was Michelle, actually. We did various different events. I wanted to create something that would kind of just grow its own legs and be a good something that Paul would love to have been part of. Something that, I love cars, and it's no secret that my dad first and Paul's secondary is like why I love cars. Growing up around cars, I wanted to create something that Paul would love and that I certainly love doing, that could also give back. So I created FuelFest, and that's kind of how it all came together. So a portion of the proceeds of every show go back to Reach Out Worldwide, and through FuelFest alone, we've raised north of $600,000. Actually, to date, it's actually probably closer to 700,000 as of this moment. And it's just crazy. It's so cool. And FuelFest has also created a platform for us to educate people on Reach Out Worldwide. Most people know Paul for Fast and the Furious, and that's great. But far fewer know about his charitable efforts with Reach Out Worldwide. And January of this year, we actually celebrated 15 years of Reach Out Worldwide, which is insane because Paul only got to see it through its first 3 years. And here we are 15 years in, and it is just incredible. It's crazy. it's such a great feeling to see that this part of him lives on and continues to do good work. And it's just an honor to be able to do all of this stuff, and we're having fun doing it. And I think, as Ty already said, we are partying with a purpose at our shows. It's more than just a car event. There is an underlying meaning behind all of this and why we do
Yeah.
this. And
But
just excited to be.
I think the beautiful thing is that when you come to these FuelFest events, it is so much energy. It is like a sea of people. 12 and under get in free. That's been our company policy from the beginning. And to see the level of diversity. We live in a world right now where the political temperature is about black and white and rich and poor and this and that. But the one thing that has been consistent from the beginning is that the car culture brings everyone together, because whether you're male, female, gay, black, straight, rich, poor, whatever, wherever you land politically, we all love cars. We all drive cars. We all love customizing cars. We all have that moment on the freeway where it's like 1 a.m. in the morning and someone wants to just put you to the test and see what you got going on. And,
Under
trying
that
to
hood.
bait you into racing at 1 a.m. because the freeway is wide open.
Yeah.
So, but there's this thing about Reach Out Worldwide that me and Cody and all of us involved, we carry the heaviness of it, knowing that we're keeping Paul's legacy alive. But it's almost like people are just having so much fun. They don't even realize how much of an impact that they're making through showing up to support FuelFest. And then when we get on stage and we make these announcements, they're like, well, we didn't even know. And we're like, yeah, as soon as a hurricane or earthquake or a big, huge disaster happening while y'all are out here eating and, hearing all these cars and engines and all of this family-oriented stuff is going on, when the darkest, most tragic things happen with these natural disasters, we're literally showing up, making a difference. And so, Reach Out Worldwide, I think, Cody, you're able to say right now, you guys are literally in 3 different states helping with tragedies.
You're in California, right? So you're in California for the fires. I would assume you're probably still in Florida in some parts, and then the Carolinas, yes?
Carolinas, Kentucky, Eastern Tennessee, California. All different disasters.
Damn.
There's still the effects of Helene, to the flooding, in Kentucky, and the fire, as you said, Sean, the fires in Southern California. It's just incredible volunteer efforts, that we're able to do this. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that give up their time to volunteer and get their hands dirty and get on the ground. There's no shortage of natural disasters, that's for sure. And it seems like, they're intensifying in certain parts of the world. And it's crazy. I mean, we might be headed up to Oregon here soon. They've had some crazy flooding on some of the coastline there. Lots of homes wiped out just recently within the last day or two. So yeah, there's always something going on. That's for sure. So
What I think is real special too is, and I want the audience to really hear this. So if you live in Atlanta or anywhere close to Atlanta, get your butts to FuelFest on April 19th. If you have children 12 and under, get in free. Go party with a purpose and give back to Reach Out Worldwide, because that's the thing, right? We all, the thing that I love about how the two play together is, one, we're honoring someone and we're giving a space for the car culture and people like out there that love to go fast, somewhere to do it safely and party,
Yes.
right? And then
Yes.
also we're giving back to those that are being challenged right now through the natural disasters. And I can tell you what, I live right here in Hurricane Alley. It shit gets pretty scary, guys, and just to know that, there is an organization tied to your brother's name out there helping, I'm not surprised, but it makes me feel very, very good about things.
Yes, they've done a lot of work in Florida. You guys are always getting blasted, it seems like, by these hurricanes. Ian was a bad one.
Yeah, that came right through us, man. Like that. I didn't stick around for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Well, listen, man, the crazy thing is we were born and raised in LA. And there is no such thing as earthquake season in LA. So it's not like, every October, get ready.
You get ready.
So
get ready. Well, dude, I grew up in the Bay Area. I grew up in San Francisco Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very familiar. I came out this way after I played college baseball at LSU, but I grew up in the San Francisco Bay. So I was there for the early 89 earthquake.
I was in elementary. I'm 46. I was in elementary.
Same.
I remember the playground. I was scared as hell in 89. And then to see all the footage on the internet of the bridge that was swinging, and it was crazy. But
the Bay Bridge falling, collapsing.
So, but listen,
cars falling in the water.
I was born in 88. 89 was like my 94, 95.
Oh, my Lord.
Earthquake.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I remember that very well. That everything in our house that was up was down.
Yeah.
That was
scary.
Yeah.
So Tyrese, we're the same age, man. I'm 46 as well. And I was on a soccer field.
Wow.
And I just remembered doing this. I'm like, what's that?
And that was my first time ever experiencing an earthquake. I went to a school called Grape Street Elementary in South Central LA Watts, and I was on the playground and I was scared. I just remember everybody was running, didn't know where the hell we was running to, but we were running and everything was just shaking. It was just crazy. But anyway, listen, guys, we can't be on for much longer. We got a couple more interviews to do, but go to FuelFest.com. And if you are one of those real gearheads, or even not, we find that, and this is really sexy for our event. There's a lot of people that really do this car culture thing. And then there's a lot of people that never, ever go to events that has anything to do with cars. So there's always that perfect balance of, I've never done this before, but look at my collection. Then there's all the guys that really know everything about every engine part, the engine, the tailpipes, the LEDs, and all that other language that Cody speaks and Paul speaks. But I just do the movies, but I don't know anything about the real stuff. But
me neither,
FuelFest.com, 12 and under gets in free. And this is our open invitation. We got love for every state and every country that we do these shows in. But we really, really specifically want Atlanta to be successful for all of the reasons that I shared. And I've personally never shared this story with anybody. So about last time I was able to see and hug my brother. So, our brother. But guys, Atlanta, what's the name of the racetrack? What's the name of the venue?
Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Atlanta Motor Speedway. FuelFest.com. The tickets are $30, and they will get more expensive the closer we get to the date. Atlanta Motor Speedway. Feel free to empty your garage and bring out 10 or 12 of the cars that you have. Motorcycles, whatever you're doing. Let's get sexy. Let's have some fun, and hopefully we'll end up having another Atlanta event for Fuel Fest, because last year the weather was absolutely beautiful. So
it was, and I just want to get this in. It's more than just a car show, Sean. It is we refer to it as an automotive festival. So there's something for everyone. It's a family-friendly event. it's again, it's not just a car show. We've got drifting, motorsports, we've got ride-alongs. You can go for a ride-along in a drift car with a driver. We've got an electric drift course for little electric carts for the kids and adults. I do it every single time because it's so damn fun. We've got an RC car drift course as well. We've got live music, food, special appearances. We have a VIP section. We've got a lot of stuff going on. It's a living, breathing event. It's not a static car show. It's all makes, all models. The universal language, is cars are a universal language. It doesn't matter where you come from or what you believe in. We're celebrating the culture. We get everybody together. That's what makes FuelFest unique and special. We are not a model or make specific show, and we're not just a car show. You can live it, you can breathe it, you can smell it, you can, feel it. It's a one-stop shop, and we're partying with a purpose. April 19th at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Grab your tickets at fuelfest.com. Sean, I hope you can make it there or Florida next year.
I will be at Florida there for sure. I have an event I'm speaking at that week in Pennsylvania. So
okay. We have a full lineup. We have a lot more shows this year.
It's unacceptable.
So people can check that out also. Fuelfest.com.
Go ahead,
Unacceptable.
Tyrese.
You and your muscles need to be at FuelFest in Atlanta. This is going to probably be one of the biggest interviews we do leading up to the event. Our event, this is what I do because I do concerts at night. This is my day job. I normally do a FuelFest event in the day, and I'm able to get on a flight and pretty much get to anything that I need to before the day is over.
I see what he's doing to me. I see what he's doing.
Okay?
Okay.
You need to be there in Atlanta. You need to come out here and be a part of this and stop playing.
VIP?
Yeah, done.
Sweet lady? Some sweet lady? Beautiful pain?
I can't make sweet lady commitments to a man with muscles. I can't do it.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, Tyrese. I'm going to work it out. I'll keep Val posted so she can get with you. But I would love to meet you guys and we'll go from there. I'm going to work it out.
I think that'll be the ultimate button to this exclusive interview where we just literally shared some stuff that we do this every day and we don't share. We feel comfortable. We feel safe on this platform. And it's really cool to hug it out, take a couple of pictures and let the fans know that you actually accepted our invite and came out and supported this event. And we don't know what's about to happen. Last year was pretty crazy for it to be our first one, but this year we're expecting things to be much bigger. And again, Cody went down the full list of all of the things. This is not, no disrespect to NASCAR or Formula One, but you are not going to be sitting there just looking at a bunch of cars driving around in the track. Like it's a lot to do, a lot of fun. And in most cases, when the event is over, people are pretty damn sad. It's like, dude, it's dark out here. You're supposed to be going home now. People just don't want this event to end because you can't really compare it to anything you experience. So here's our open invitation and invite to everybody watching.
Say less, bro. Say less. I'll figure it out.
FuelFest.com. We love you. We appreciate you. And if you've been a fan and supporter of the Fast and the Furious franchise and you haven't had anywhere to go to show how much you love this franchise, it's called FuelFest. We'll see y'all there.
That's it. And yours truly will be there. I accept your invite. I love you both. Check your DMs because we're going to set up a meet and greet and all that good stuff. So, gentlemen, look at Tyrese vibing. I just love it, man. I love it. Listen, thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate you. To the audience, get there. Get there. I know a lot of people in Atlanta. You're going to have to come with me. Share this episode with someone you know, love, and trust that would really enjoy FuelFest, guys. That's what I'm asking the audience to do. Get this out to everybody you know. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, stay determined.
Sharp French, what up? This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time, I confirmed it. A whole society determined to show.